see the whip. You want to get it till it's like pasty like this. Like creamy smooth peanut butter. See? Make sure there's no holes. It's all smooth. Okay? You just come right up into the area. It's a little 6-inch. Get a liberal amount. Just right where you're trying to go. During this process, as you see, I'm adding the compound to the crack and on either side of the crack so that the tape is going to be able to stick to it. During this process, you don't really have to worry about using too much. In fact, the more you use, the better. But when you lay the tape, you're going to scrape all of the excess mud off of it and put it back into the tray. But the importance of using a lot is making sure that the tape is completely covered with mud when you lay it down, so you can avoid having air pockets. It's common for anyone to, when you start taping and mudding, to feel as though that you're using too much and you want it to be neat. And contrary to that, it's the opposite. Of course, you want it to be neat. You don't want the stuff falling all over the place and, you know, make it a mess. But yeah, you want to use a lot of it. We're going to scrape it all off in the next process. Now, while using tape, there's different kinds. You're going to see the kind that's netted, and I kind of actually like using that tape. This was given to me by my dude, so I've been using it until it run out, and then I'm going to use that fabric because, to me, it seems like it's easier to make it disappear in the end when you're sanding. But for now, you know, the tape is very inexpensive, and once you learn how to master the tape, you'll be able to master any of the other forms of tape. So what you do is, as you see, you start at the top and you lay it down and you begin smoothing it out. See, I'm smoothing it up because the angle of the, you know, where the tape is going underneath that seal, it's kind of like a hard working area. So I use the upstroke, but typically you want to start at the top and pull it down. And as the excess mud builds up on the knife, scrape it away into the pan. Now, I'm doing apartments, so it's kind of a faster flip, and, you know, normally what I'm saying is that you would lay the tape down and then come and then go back over it and spackle. Me, I'm spackling over the tape right now before it dries. So this is a faster way to get it done. It's going to involve a heavier skim process, but my intention is to skim that whole piece of sheetrock. See, so as I move over to the other side, I want to zoom in so you can look carefully how you begin the process. Now, you have to understand that the 6-inch putty knife is an actual knife. So when you start the process, you use the knife. You see, I'm cutting the paper with the knife and put my finger on the top of it, and I'm pulling it out and smoothing it down. It's that simple. And all of the excess mud that you had underneath is going to pull out onto the blade, and you just scrape it into the pot. And as you see, I'm about to go, and once again, this time I'm going to start at the top, and I'm going to pull it down. Yeah, so after you smooth it out, you don't want to work it too much because the paper will start falling apart and degrading basically, and then you'll start having a little like fiber sticking up through the spackle. That's not good. But yeah, you just work it out, and this is the first step. So there's going to be plenty of sanding. So if it looks crazy, don't worry about it. Don't go back and try to smooth it out, or it's going to start drying, and it's going to start rubbing away, and it's going to start looking crazy. So don't even worry about it. If it looks a little rough, we're going to go back and we're going to do some sanding. It's going to be plenty of sanding. So the whole thing with this whole process of repairing drywall is, not to be afraid. Just get it done. Understand that it's a very forgiving process. That's pretty much it. First coat.